On Taiwan, I know you talked with Senator Shaheen about their defense budget. There's also the question about national resolve. I mean, that's a hard thing to judge, and it's more a question of political judgment and statecraft than it is military matters. But what's your sense as a career military man of Taiwan and their willingness to go to the mattresses to defend their nation?
I have a great deal of faith in Taiwan's military-age population's willingness, capability, and will to defend themselves, orders of magnitude above others.
I was going to ask you to name the others, but I guess that would be in politics, so I won't ask you to do that.
What I'll say is that Ukraine demonstrated relatively low numbers in polling pre-conflict, and they've responded as admirably as a society can. Taiwan's polling is orders of magnitude above that, leading me to positively assert their willingness to defend themselves.
Just common sense, like you don't have to have access to that kind of data. I think common sense would say if you're sitting in Taiwan and you're a mom or dad and you're worried about your son's or daughter's future, grandma or grandpa, and you look at what communist China has done in, say, Macau and Hong Kong, once they gain control of those territories, you wouldn't want them to gain control of your territory. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Does the military have full and proper focus on that threat? You know, for us, we're a globe-spanning superpower. And Bob Gates once testified in this committee after he had left the department and was probably a bit more free to speak, that we have a almost perfect record of predicting our next war since Vietnam. We've gotten it wrong every single time, whether it was Grenada or Panama or Iraq the first or second time or the Balkans, Ukraine, what have you. That's why our military plans for so many different contingencies, why we have guys up in Arctic warfare school or in jungle warfare school or in desert warfare school. Obviously, if you're Taiwan's military, from the time you raise your hand to enlist as a private to the time you're the chief of defense, there is one and only one military contingency that you should be thinking about and planning for. Does their military have that kind of single-minded focus in your assessment?
I do see that in their military, and I think that they're working really hard, and I'm seeing success in their building the kind of operational concepts that will lead for them to be successful in thwarting an invasion.
Okay. I know, again, you talked to Senator Shaheen about the defense budget. The leader of the opposition recently took a trip to communist China, a pretty chummy trip, if you ask me. Does that raise concerns with you? I don't expect you to comment on the domestic internal politics of Taiwan, but about the direction of defense spending in the future?
I think the proof will be in the pudding. The passage of the special defense budget will tell us how committed they are.
Okay. All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Senator.